Hello everybody, and welcome back to the final video of the ancient Greek temple build. So we're back, and what we're going to be doing right now, or what you're going to be looking at, is me finishing the smaller temple structures that'll be next to the larger temple. So this is, the idea behind this was to make it seem as a small little Acropolis version. And the smaller temples pretty much follow the same rules that we had with the larger temple, with the only difference that the middle section above the columns is not as thick as it is on the original temple. So you won't see the color blocks surrounding these. But that's just part of what we need to do. Now for the second largest temple structure, we need to make sure to build up a base in order to build on top of that. And that's what we're doing here, is we're just filling out some of those empty spots and readying the platforms on which we'll actually start building the structure. Now, different to the main temple, this time around I wanted to do not quite symmetrical, but still following certain cues off of the main temple structure. So we went with 4 pillars, and we went with the pillars themselves being slightly shorter than they are on the original temple. So what we'll end up with is a structure that's a little bit more squat than it is on the first temple. Now, there'll be a different count on the roof, so you'll notice that we'll actually end up with a double peak, or more specifically, 2 blocks at the center of the structure, which will allow me to actually make a sort of perfectly pointed end, because that's just how it goes with Minecraft, specifically when you're using stairs to build. But anyways, doing the roof is just a matter of following the same steps as we had previously done with the larger temple, and I'm just taking a little bit of time here to look at the inside of the roofs, which was something that we actually didn't do with the previous build. We didn't take a look on where I put glowstone to provide some little accents of lighting and internal lighting to the temple itself. So finishing up the roof is a matter of, just going around, checking things, and then coming back to it and adding those little spikes or statue stand-ins that we had looked at before. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the structure that's finished. Now, I did go back to this once I wasn't recording, and I started doing a little bit more detail work. So a lot of that was, as you'll see right now, that we've turned on the shaders, just to build some sort of fantastic railings and bridges, dig into the mountain, have some sharp turns and stairwells that take you to the top of this fantasy Acropolis. And you'll also notice that there's some change in the color of the grass and other elements, and that's mostly because I've incorporated some of the Botania elements and some of the Thaumcraft elements, changing the biome into a magic biome. Now there's some additional structures that you see that I've built. I've built some towers, the stairs, and I've also populated the area with more shrubs and fountains, and it's far from finished, but it's pretty close to where we want it to be. And having a nice sort of like fly around, we can see how far it's taken us across this little building project. There's several other things that we worked on. We worked a little bit on the additional elements of the island. So you'll see some rock bridges and land and vines coming down, and it's really coming together. There's probably more work, so I might do more of that later on. But until then, everybody, take it easy,